Ah, Poltergeist, brace yourself for a roller coaster of frights and chills, or maybe not. The movie kicks off with the Freelings living the American dream in their perfect suburban home. Job, kids, a swimming pool, they've got it all. Until, of course, they realize they've also got a bunch of pesky spirits squatting in their TV. Talk about an otherworldly cable subscription. As for the characters, you've got the seemingly average family, Steve Freeling, played by Craig T. Nelson, and his wife, Diane, played by Jo Beth Williams. Then there's Carol Ann, played by Heather O'Rourke, the kid who manages to make communicating with spirits seem as casual as ordering pizza. And don't forget about the psychic Tangina, portrayed by Zelda Rubinstein, who probably could have used her skills to predict how this movie would fare critically. Now, let's talk about the dialogue. Was it good? Well, let's just say if you're looking for subtlety, you're in the wrong haunted house. Lines like "they're here" are about as subtle as a ghostly apparition crashing your family dinner. But hey, we're not here for nuanced storytelling, right? As for danger, the peril in this film is as ambiguous as the afterlife itself. Is it a malevolent spirit, an ancient burial ground, or just poor real estate decisions? Your guess is as good as the Freelings. And let's not forget the budget, a hefty $10.7 million. Was it worth it? Well, the film did gross over $121 million worldwide, so I guess you could say it paid off. But if you're expecting that money to have gone into groundbreaking special effects, think again. No. Just TV static. The creepy clown doll probably had a bigger budget than the CGI here. The screenplay was co-written by Steven Spielberg, Michael Grace, and Mark Victor. However, due to a clause in his contract with Universal Studios, Spielberg couldn't officially receive credit as the screenwriter while also directing E.T. the Extraterrestrial in 1982. Anyway, the credited screenwriters are Grace and Victor. Here they play basketball. The film was directed by Tobe Hooper, although Spielberg's involvement in the production has led to speculation about the extent of his influence behind the scenes. My guess is that Spielberg could come out and say, "Let it be known, I made it," if it was a success, or hide and say, "I had nothing to do with it," if it failed. Would I recommend it? Well, if you're looking for a fright that's more 80s kitsch than spine-chilling, this might be your ghostly cup of ectoplasm. Watch it with friends, family, or even enemies. After all, nothing builds camaraderie like shared laughter at over-the-top supernatural shenanigans. You will laugh for hours and hours about the Freeling family, and how dorky they are. There's nothing scary. So, why not? Let's talk poltergeisty dialogue. Diane Freeling, "They're here." 2 out of 10. Oh, the classic line. If subtlety were a ghost, it definitely didn't visit the screenwriting department. This gem is so on the nose, it might as well be a boop on the ghostly schnoz. Dr. Lesh, "This house has many hearts." 5 out of 10. Ah, the poetic musings of the paranormal expert. It's like she took a crash course in ghostly metaphors. While it's a step up from "They're here," it still feels like dialogue pulled from a supernatural self-help book. Steve Freeling, "You moved the headstones, but you left the bodies, didn't you? You left the bodies and you only moved the headstones." 8 out of 10. Now, we're talking. Channel that inner rage, Craig. It's the kind of line that makes you forget about ghosts for a moment and start questioning urban planning decisions. Tangina, "This house is clean." 6 out of 10. Well, thank goodness for Tangina, the Ghostbuster extraordinaire. This line is delivered with the confidence of someone who knows how to handle spectral real estate. Clean house, messy plot, you win some, you lose some. Carol Ann, "They're here." 3 out of 10. Ah, the kids' version of the iconic line. Heather O'Rourke gives it her best shot, but the innocence almost makes it more eerie. It's like Casper with a dash of commercial horror cheese. In the realm of dialogue, Poltergeist serves up a mixed bag of memorable lines and cringe-worthy deliveries. It's a symphony of spookiness where the ghostly one-liners vary from hauntingly effective to unintentionally hilarious. Let's dissect the actors. Craig T. Nelson, Steve Freeling, 7 out of 10. He brings a mix of frustration and genuine concern to the role. While he occasionally leans into melodrama, his performance anchors the chaos in the Freeling household. Jo Beth Williams, Diane Freeling, 6 out of 10. She portrays her with a convincing blend of maternal warmth and escalating anxiety. Her reactions to the supernatural events are believable, even if the script occasionally leaves her with eye-roll-worthy lines. Heather O'Rourke, Carolyn Freeling, 8 out of 10. Despite her young age, she delivers a standout performance. Her innocence and the conviction with which she delivers lines like "they're here" contribute significantly to the film's eerie atmosphere. Dominique Dunn, Dana Freeling, 5 out of 10. Her teenage angst in the midst of paranormal chaos is decent, but the character feels somewhat overshadowed by the supernatural elements. She does what she can with the material. Oliver Robbins, Robbie Freeling, 6 out of 10. He captures the essence of a young boy facing otherworldly phenomena. His reactions are genuine, and he brings a relatable sense of fear to the role. Zelda Rubinstein, Tangina, 9 out of 10. She steals the show as the eccentric psychic. Her performance adds a much-needed touch of mystique and gravitas to the supernatural proceedings. She owns every scene she's in. Overall, what the heck? It's a May 5 out of 10. The script is a mixed bag of spooky delights and eye-rolling moments. While it successfully creates an atmosphere of tension and fear, it occasionally relies on cliched horror tropes and on-the-nose dialogue. The strength of individual performances often compensates for the script's shortcomings, making Poltergeist a memorable, if imperfect, supernatural thriller. If it weren't for the performances, it would be a 2 or supernaturally bad. Or did you like it? Whatever. Okay, if you like the review, I invite you to check the other ones out. Thanks. See you on the scary side.